And welcome everyone. Namaste. This is Linda Bennett, your spiritual counselor and psychic host for Metaphysically Speaking. We're coming to you in May 2012, and this is part of the series that we have been running periodically, hopefully more consistently, to bring you information about the universe and you, how you relate to it, what you're doing here, the meaning of life, those little things. We cover everything from astrology to past lives, reincarnation, special dreams. We're covering near-death experiences today and actual physical death experiences. What happens when you lose someone? What happens when you almost lose yourself? We're going to be talking about all of those things. So I want to make sure that you stay here with us. Metaphysically Speaking, Linda Bennett. And if you want to call for a consultation, the number is 727-736-4567. Okay, let's get to a few things that are really important. Everybody knows about 2012, December 21st, the Earth is supposed to blow up, or some other lovely thing. Maybe we'll get hit by an asteroid, a giant plague, I don't know, things coming out of the center of the Earth like giant dinosaurs that have been sleeping. That's not going to happen. There was an article in the paper just recently stating that it's not going to happen because, theoretically, the people in Guatemala have made a new discovery, new archaeological discovery of a small building. I don't know where this building was supposed to be hiding, but a small building whose wall coverings not only stunningly preserve the mural of a brightly adorned Mayan king, but also calendars that destroy any notion the Mayans predicted the end of 2012. Well, that's very nice. I'm glad they did, but the Mayans are not the only ones who are predicting the end of the way things are. Not the idea that the Earth is ending, but the idea that things are coming to an end for the way they have been. It's an end of a cycle. Whether you call it an end of an astrological cycle or a Baktun, which is what the Mayans call it, it is an end of the way things have been. Why? Because everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's what life is all about. You have a beginning and a middle and end. I have a beginning, a middle, and end. A life of a tree, a life of a country, your pussycats, your puppy dogs, birds, everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And you say, well, what about babies who die when they're fourth day? All right, they had a beginning and a middle and an end. It was just shorter than average. So whatever is going to happen on December 21st, 2012, I don't know. No one has alerted me. I haven't had any dreams about it. I just know that we all feel some type of change. People are calling me and saying, I don't know, I feel kind of funny. I feel kind of weird. I'm sleeping differently. My friends are kind of weird. I'm losing friends. I'm attracting other friends in my life. Why is that happening? Well, beginning, middle, and an end has a relationship to your friendships as well as other things. So sometimes a person needs to move along on a different pathway. Sometimes they can't accompany you on your journey. Sometimes they need to go and learn different lessons than what you're learning. So it wouldn't be very helpful if they stayed in your life as consistently as they had done before. But new people are bringing new experiences to you. Perhaps it's finishing up karma, and you know karma is the law of cause and effect. What goes around comes around. Whatever happens is going to continue to happen until you learn the lesson. Whatever actions happen, there's going to be an opposite equal reaction. So that's what karma is. Okay, so maybe you need this new person in your life because they're going to help you learn a lesson better. Maybe you have this business that is being finished up in this particular time frame because people are saying lots of things seem to be happening very quickly. Days are disappearing and time is going so fast. Well, it is. Because as you get towards the end of a cycle, things seem to speed up. The frequency changes, the vibration changes. Just like if you're striking a drum or you're striking a bell. You can ring it rapidly, you can strike it rapidly, or you can strike it more slowly. We theoretically have been on a more slowly pattern. Now it's a more frequently, more rapid pattern because we have to compress time to make sure that we get all of the events to take place. So yes, If you watch White Collar, Tiffany Amber Thiessen was interviewed recently, and she has an expression I just cannot get out of my mind. And it's this: the days are long, but life is short. Think about that. One day you wake up, you're 10, you're 20, you're 30, you're 40, you're 50, you're 60, 70, 80, 90, whatever. And you think, how did I get here so quickly? But while you're going through it, it seems forever. Think about when you were a kid and summer vacation came, you're all excited, and the next thing you knew, it was over. But then the long school year, oh, it'll never end. And then you're back to summer vacation again. And eventually it dawns on you that this is a cycle. And now the vacations are getting shorter and the years are getting shorter. That's what life is all about. As you learn your lessons, the page turns and you move on to the next page. Well, this 2012 situation, I'm delighted they found a new room. Obviously, they're not going to be giving the location, because if this is a legitimate situation, they don't want the grave robbers, so to speak, to show up and rob the place and destroy it. But the Mayans were not the only ones to predict the end of the age. So I wrote a little note on this article saying somebody needs to hurry up and tell the Chinese, because the I Ching ends December 21st, 2012. The Hopis, the Aborigines, talk about the end of the age. Certain Hindus talk about the end of an age. And even though the Chinese and the Hindus are on different calendars, this Western civilization bases its calendar on the time of Jesus. Theirs predates. The Chinese calendar is about 4,000 years old, and depending upon if you want to look at the 4,000-year-old calendar of the Hindus or the 7,000 to 10,000-year-old calendar of the Hindus, it doesn't matter. Time is time. Today is today. Tomorrow is tomorrow. But they're all talking about the end of an era. And don't forget, if you're into astronomy, you are looking at a very different sky today than you were looking at 5 years ago. Because we're coming to the end of the precession, which is the end of the zodiacal cycle or swing around, which is exactly 25,900 years. People say 26,000 years, but it's a little more precise than that. And remember, there's a difference between the constellation movement, which is the actual movement of the stars, and the signs of the zodiac. They were linked up together, and if you're a precise astrologer, you will see that they're linked up pretty closely now as we speak. But what everybody's looking at is the empty space in the Milky Way. We have moved away from looking directly at all of the different constellations to looking at what we call open space. That's not a joke. Nobody's imagining that. Everyone who has a telescope has been watching this precession, this movement of the solar system, and our galaxy through space. So therefore, I'm not sure what they think is going to be changing if they suddenly decide to cancel the Mayan calendar, because the Baktuns that they have already talked about it. If you watch these shows on the Discovery Channel and History Channel, History International, which I